remember living in Myers with my freshman hallmates, and we would just go and explore the city. Like I'd never lived in a city that had like a metro that went uptown or anything like big giant buildings that I could actually see from my dorm room. So we just went on excursions everywhere, and I was just enthralled by like everything.
I remember the first time I was here with Miss Sanchez, and we met with Mr. Sanchez from admissions, and we told him that I was interested in coming here. He saw my GPA, he took it in his office, talked to somebody else, and then they came back and said, you know, with your GPA, we want you here, and we can offer you a full ride, which was the JB Duke Endowment, and that pretty much made my day. And it changed me completely because it offered me an opportunity that other universities did not.
It was exciting because I knew very little about college. So to have the opportunity to be here was truly a blessing, but also to prepare for all the possibilities here. I was just excited to see what was next and just hit the floor running, basically.
I was ready to soak up all the knowledge that I could because I really didn't understand why I was here or what I was doing here. And then once I got here, I realized I'm here to learn, and I'm here to not only get an education, but learn about myself and grow within.
When I first arrived, I was very nervous. I was scared, didn't think I would know anybody. I was very sheltered in, I was shy. But eventually I started to meet new friends. My first roommate I met, and we began to hang out more and do campus activities.
When I got here, I was, I guess, a little shy. And then I was also put off by my environment because I went to a predominantly white institution, a white high school. And so when I came here, it was much of a culture shock. And so now I've gotten accustomed to the culture, I've gotten accustomed to tradition, and I like the environment. I don't think I would have gone anywhere else. I definitely think I would have done this all over again.
But I remember one day, the minute that I arrived, sitting up in my room and thinking, oh my goodness, you've really done it. You're in a different space, you're in a different hemisphere. There's no car, there's no train, there's no bus that can get you back to South Africa at your earliest convenience. But there was so much to learn from that because I've learned to grow in spaces that stretch me and that push me, in spaces where I'm not comfortable. And so I've really valued that about my experience at Johnson C. Smith University.
When I first arrived on campus, I was pretty young. My first impressions was it was kind of small, but I enjoyed that, and I was a little nervous, but excited.
So the first one would actually be the first time in my sophomore year when I got to meet Congressman John Lewis. And I also presented Cheryl Underwood with an award at the Arc of Triumph Gala because I was a presenter that year. And those are some phenomenal experiences because Congressman John Lewis has done such amazing things in America with the civil rights movement. I also got the opportunity to sit at a roundtable discussion with the president of the Reserve Bank of Richmond to share with him my ideals in education and my experience at JCSU.
Definitely the first 2 years was staying in the president's list, and then after that getting together with a couple of my friends, and then where we all completely just decided that we were going to do something different, do something historic, and then we decided to bring the first Latino fraternity to an HBCU, and that was the first entity of Lambda Theta Phi, Lambda Fraternity Incorporated, here on campus. Initially, it meant a brotherhood, having people that were there from the very beginning, but now I can see that it's been more than that. It's created a sense of, and added a sense of diversity to this campus. I see it every time we do an event. I see people intrigued about our culture, intrigued about the Latino point of view, and so that's definitely added to what we thought we were just going to bring.
Creating a yearbook is kind of like my thing because I like to design things, like design layouts. So I like to, it was very fun for me creating a yearbook, taking pictures. I really didn't like it, but just creating the layout for the yearbook, I liked it. It helped me because, like I said, I've joined organizations to get me out of my shell, not to be shy. So me joining organizations, I'm learning to how to network with other people.
So whenever Ms. Ball would send us the email with community service opportunities, I would hop on them just wholeheartedly. And the ones that called out most to me were the nature and environmental protection ones because, well, personally I'm vegetarian as well, so there's a lot of things that just kind of speak to me, especially nature-wise. So creek relief specifically, just planting the trees, I loved doing that.
Actually being Miss JCSU, blessing, honor, a memory that I'll have for a lifetime. I've been impacted by so many people. I've been able to network with so many people. I've been able to enhance my university and give knowledge to others that I've learned outside of the campus and in the community.
Playing basketball, CIAA was just amazing. It's something that not a lot of people get to experience, just the big crowds and you know, you get to play at a pro arena. It's just amazing, but I think what kind of beats that is the Livingstone games here and also at Livingstone. Those games are just, the atmosphere is crazy, the fans are in it on both sides. It just feels great.
The highlights of being SGA president are being able to sit in on the board of trustee meetings as an actual board of trustee member. So being able to vote, being able to hear all the issues that we are allowed to vote on, as well as the types of policies that are in place for the university, and it helped me to understand how the university truly works from a business aspect versus being on a student level and being with programs and the daily issues of being a student.
The best highlights that I recall come from my computer engineering courses with Dr. Bai. He's a great professor, great guy. He was actually the first one who offered me an internship here at Johnson C. Smith University in robotics. And I learned how to program, how to build robots, and that pretty much helped me decide what I wanted to do later on in my life. I'm extremely excited. I'm getting ready to go to grad school in the fall for kinesiology, and I'll use that to help me own my own facility in the future. What's next for me, I'm working on certifications right now at Cisco, Microsoft, and most definitely I'm looking to get a master's degree as well.
I just got an offer with the Board of Elections here in Charlotte, working with the election board, voting, so here in Mecklenburg County.
I got accepted into Teach for America, so I'm going to be in Metro Atlanta, and I'm going to be teaching middle grade math and science, and I'm going to be teaching in Spanish and English at a bilingual academy.
After graduation, I plan to move into the cosmetology industry. I've had my license for about 4 years now, so I want to be a stylist and continue to be an entrepreneur.
After JCSU, I plan to work and save up so that I can attend graduate school. That's my long-term dream, is to be a physical therapist.
So ultimately, I want to be a sports medicine physician and work for a sports team. So my next step is applying to medical school and going forth with that.
I am beyond excited. I'm excited to really make fruitful the living experiences of others through urban development in South Africa and in the larger continent, as well as in spaces in America, and I can hope that in other spaces in the world too. So I'm excited to be that change agent, because that's what JCSU has instilled in us, to be socially conscious individuals that demand change and impact the world positively and beautifully.